The Little Camel and the Little Hippo. One day, the little camel went to a small river to look at its reflection. In the water, it saw a creature with large, thick footpads, long double-layered eyelashes, and 2 humps on its back. "That's me," said the little camel with delight. At that moment, the little hippo was bathing on the other side of the river and mockingly remarked, "Little camel, you're so ugly, yet you dared to come out here and look at yourself? You might scare others away." The little camel felt hurt by the little hippo's words. So it slowly made its way back home and told its mother about the encounter. The mother camel gently patted her child's head and said, "Dear, why don't you come with me to the desert?" The next day, as the sun was just rising, the little camel followed its mother. The vast desert seemed to stretch endlessly, with no signs of mountains, water, flowers, or grass. The desert was silent, and they walked and walked, unaware that the sun was now high above them. The little camel couldn't help but ask, "If we keep going, what will we do when we get hungry?" The mother camel, with a tone of deep conviction, replied, "Thank goodness. Our thick, large footpads will prevent us from sinking into the sand. Those humps on our back, known as camel humps, store enough nutrients to sustain us on our journey. And our double-layered eyelashes protect us from the intrusion of sand. These 3 attributes are crucial for us to survive in the desert. It's precisely these special features that make people call us the ships of the desert. So, you should be proud of them." After the little camel and its mother returned home, the little camel revisited the small river to look at itself in the reflection. The little hippo, again, came over and taunted the camel. This time, the little camel responded, "Don't underestimate the value of these 3 things. The camel humps on my back will ensure I don't starve or die of thirst in the desert. My large and thick footpads will keep me from sinking into the sand. And my double-layered eyelashes will prevent sand from getting into my eyes. If you don't believe me, come with me to the desert." The little hippo confidently said, "Fine, I'm not afraid of you." With that, the 2 of them entered the endless desert. After a few steps, the little hippo's feet got stuck in the sand. And the little camel quickly turned back to pull the little hippo out of the sand and carried it on its back. They continued forward. Suddenly, a sandstorm roared towards them, and although the little hippo had closed its eyes, the sand still found its way in, causing its eyes to tear up. On the other hand, the little camel's eyes remained unharmed. Once the sandstorm passed, they carried on. The little hippo grew ravenous, and it asked the little camel, "Aren't you hungry?" The little camel responded, "I've stored plenty of nutrients in my camel humps, enough to sustain me in the desert." Shamefully, the little hippo admitted, "I'm sorry for calling you ugly. I shouldn't have." From that day on, the little hippo never dared to tease the little camel again. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Find more story for kids.